Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial mysteries of the business world. Are we about to uncover a hidden treasure or a spooky ghost in this latest filing? Today we are diving into Johnson Outdoors Inc.'s latest report. A look at their recent performance and what it means for the folks who love the outdoors but also care about how companies that outfit them are doing. So what exactly is a Form 8K? You can think of it as a company's way of sending out an urgent bulletin, a heads up to the public about big news that isn't exactly routine. Today's report is all about a press release announcing Johnson Outdoors results for their third fiscal quarter that wrapped up at the end of June 2025. Johnson Outdoors is a company that makes a lot of stuff for people who enjoy the great outdoors. We're talking about camping gear, fishing equipment, boats, and even things like kayaks. They're a pretty established player in this market, and what we're about to look at will tell us how they've been performing. The main event here is the press release they put out on August 1, indeed announcing their latest financial results. This is where the numbers that really matter are revealed. While this report in itself is a formal filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, the actual juicy details are in that press release, which is being shared as an exhibit to this 8K. Now let's talk about how you can actually invest in a company like Johnson Outdoors. Their Class A common stock is traded on a big stock exchange called the Nasdaq Global Select Market, and you can find it under the ticker symbol JUT. This is how ownership in the company is bought and sold on a daily basis. The report also asks if Johnson Outdoors is considered an emerging growth company. This is a classification that offers some companies certain benefits and flexibilities in how they report their financial information. For Johnson Outdoors, they are indicating they are not taking advantage of some of the relaxed rules for newer companies, meaning they are adhering to the more stringent reporting standards. This part of the filing is where companies really lay out how they've been doing financially. We're talking about their revenues, their profits, and the overall health of their business. It's the performance review that investors watch very closely. So as we saw, they announced their third quarter results on August 1st. This is important because it means the information we're looking at is current and reflects the business's performance during the spring and early summer months, a crucial time for many outdoor companies as people start gearing up for warmer weather activities. We don't have the actual numbers from that press release directly embedded in this particular filing document, but the fact that they are referencing it means it contains the detailed financial performance they want the public to know about. Typically, these press releases will talk about things like sales figures, profit margins, and any significant changes in their business operations. Think about it this way. If you owned a lemonade stand and you just had a really busy weekend, you'd want to tell people how much lemonade you sold and how much money you made. This press release is Johnson Outdoors doing the same thing on a much larger scale for their third quarter. And who is signing off on this report? It's David W. Johnson, who holds the title of Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. Having the CFO sign off signifies that the company is legally confirming the accuracy of the information being presented. This is a critical step in the reporting process. Now, typically in these filings, we would dive deep into the tables of numbers. We'd look at revenue growth, expense control, and profitability. For Johnson Outdoors, we'd want to see how their sales of fishing gear, for example, have been doing compared to last year. Have their boat sales increased or decreased? Are their camping products flying off the shelves or gathering dust? Any significant changes in revenue or profit would tell us a story. For instance, if their revenue dropped by 10%, that might mean for every 10 sales they made last year, they are now only making 9. If their profits went up by 20%, that's like finding an extra dollar for every $5 you used to make, which is fantastic. We'd also be looking for any hints about their future plans. Are they investing in new products? Are they expanding into new markets? Are they facing stiff competition that's forcing them to lower prices or increase marketing? All of these things are usually revealed when you get into the nitty-gritty of the financial statements. While we don't have those exact numbers to dissect here, the purpose of this 8K filing is to officially announce that those results are available. It's like a notification that a new chapter has been published. So what's the big picture here? Johnson Outdoors is giving us a heads up that they've released their quarterly earnings. This means if you're an investor, competitor, or just someone interested in the outdoor recreation industry, you'd want to go find that press release and see the actual numbers. For Johnson Outdoors, the third quarter is often a strong period as people prepare for summer outdoor activities. So we'd naturally expect decent performance. However, the real test is whether they met expectations or perhaps even exceeded them. Did they manage their costs effectively and translate sales into solid profits? If we had the press release, we might see numbers concerning categories like marine, which would cover their boat, and water sports equipment and fishing. We would also look at camping and recreational vehicles. Each of these segments tells a different part of the Johnson Outdoors story. Let's say, for example, the marine segment showed a significant increase in sales, say 15%. This would suggest strong consumer demand for their boats and related gear, potentially due to good marketing or new product launches. On the flip side, if the camping segment saw a decline, it might indicate increased competition, or perhaps the market for camping gear is becoming saturated. We'd also scrutinise their operating expenses. Did they manage to keep a lid on costs like manufacturing, selling and administrative expenses, or did those creep up unexpectedly? If expenses rise faster than revenues, it can eat into profits even if sales appear strong. But of course, profitability metrics like gross profit margin and net profit margin are key. A healthy gross profit margin means they are producing their goods efficiently. A strong net profit margin tells us they are effectively converting revenue into actual earnings after all expenses and taxes are accounted for. Given that this filing focuses on announcing the results rather than detailing them directly, it acts as a pointer. It's telling us, go look at the press release for the real story. It's a bit like a movie trailer, you know, the main feature is coming, but you have to wait for the full film. In the world of corporate finance, these quarterly reports are like check-ins. They allow investors and analysts to track a company's progress over time. A consistent upward trend in revenue and profits is generally a good sign indicating a healthy, growing business. Fluctuation or decline, however, can signal potential problems or challenges that need closer examination. For Johnson Outdoors, a company deeply tied to consumer discretionary spending, the economic environment plays a huge role. Factors like inflation, interest rates, and consumer confidence can all impact how much people are willing to spend on recreational products. So when looking at their results, it's also important to consider the broader economic backdrop. If this report had included more granular detail, we might also look at their balance sheet to see their assets, liabilities, and equity. This gives us a snapshot of the company's financial health at a specific point in time. Are they carrying a lot of debt? Do they have enough cash on hand? These are critical questions for assessing long-term stability. But for today's purpose, the takeaway is that Johnson Outdoors has officially shared its third quarter financial report, and the details are available for review. It's a signal to the market that it's time to pay attention to their performance. Now, looking at these results more broadly and without the specific numbers from the press release, Johnson Outdoors operates in a market that can be very seasonal and dependent on disposable income. Their strength lies in well-known brands and a diverse product offering catering to different outdoor activities. However, they likely face competition from both large established players and smaller niche brands. A notable risk for companies like this can be supply chain disruptions and the cost of raw materials, which can impact their ability to produce goods affordably and efficiently. Additionally, shifts in consumer preferences towards different types of outdoor activities can require quick adaptation of their product lines. In conclusion, this filing serves as a formal announcement of Johnson Outdoors' third quarter financial performance. It directs stakeholders to a press release containing the detailed results which would provide insights into sales profitability and the health of their various business segments. Without those specific numbers, it's hard to give a firm opinion on their performance. But the act of publishing these results is a standard and necessary part of being a public company. So what's your take on the importance of these regular financial updates for companies like Johnson Outdoors? Do you think they focus enough on sustainability and innovation in their products? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more corporate decoding. And don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.